Good. Well, good afternoon and welcome to ODI. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Sam Bickersteth. I'm the Chief Executive of CDKN, which is an alliance of organisations that includes ODI, PwC, South North, FLA in Ecuador, and LEAD International and LEAD Pakistan. So we're very happy to have been co-supporters of this quite amazing initiative, the Green Growth Best Practices Initiative. And today's a London launch, one of a number of launches of this initiative. There are copies of the report here. As you can see, it's a mighty tome, and into every tome there's a lot of effort has happened. And if you've turned to pages 6 to 9, you will realise the dramatis personae of this report is quite colossal. A lot of people have been involved, and their names are listed here. Every single one, I'm sure, Ron. None of them have missed out.
That's correct.
But there were 75 authors who contributed to this in different ways. It is true, they didn't all do exactly the same amount. A third of whom came from developing countries, a third of whom come from developed countries, and a third of whom work for international institutions. So as you can see, we've gathered a number of those participants, authors, etc., today for this London launch of the Green Growth Best Practices report. Of course, we minimised the amount of carbon that was required to get those people here. So this is not a representative group of the 75. It's those that we found here and about in London and nearby, some in Oxford, but some came a little bit further, and particularly thanks to Bert and Ron, who've come from Europe. I didn't check how you come from Europe, but I'm sure the best route. So welcome to everybody. I don't think there's really much more to say at this stage. We want to hear from Bert and Ron and the authors, but CDKN, we talk about climate compatible development. You might talk about low carbon development. You might talk about green growth. All of these issues matter. We can put a different label on them. They matter because we know in particular from the AR, the fifth assessment, the IPCC, that we have to achieve zero carbon emissions by the middle of the century. And we know that we need to meet the needs of millions of people who still live in poverty and who wish to transform and improve their livelihoods. Transformation to low carbon climate resilience is an enormous challenge. And I think this report is an attempt to capture what's already happening on that journey, which we know needs to accelerate, but it's also an encouragement of what this report brings together, that there are so many countries, cities, subnational governments, institutions who are taking those steps now. They're at the front of the wave. And this report is a distinct contribution to the many other reports on green growth, and it seeks to capture that practice. That's the key word here. And so it's a great honour, actually, to have been part of this process. But the godfather of the whole process is sitting to my left, and he's Bert. And I think we should hear from you now, Bert. So welcome. I think many of you will know Bert Metz's distinguished background in and around the IPCC. I could say lots more, but Bert, we want to hear from you.
Thank you.